Martin Cove is a good-looking guy. There's no question about that. Today we'll take advantage of it. Jesse is still looking for a job that suits him, and as usual, he's not having much luck. That has become the focus of the show. Jesse tries some new job, and the story develops around it depending on the people he meets and what they need from him. It's a decent formula, and it works well for the show.
I'm sorry, buddy, but you've been sitting here for the last 3 hours reading these magazines.
Yes. I now know 100 ways to redecorate my house for under $50.
All he needs now is a home to redecorate. When he finally goes back home, his neighbors are in for a surprise.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, but these magazines are for sale.
But why? Once I have read them, they have no value to me.
That's why, instead of pestering the poor newsstand guy, you go to the public library and read them.
But I can't let you read anymore without making a purchase.
Is this what you call censorship?
It's what we call capitalism.
Exactly. Buy useless stuff or the country collapses into a mess. We call this the best possible economic model. So a bunch of have-nots go hungry and become enslaved to the haves. Acceptable sacrifices.
I notice these devices are popular with small animals you call dogs. You do this so they may also drink?
He's been in LA for how long and nobody's told him what a fire hydrant is for? When he gets back, Jesse needs to file his own report about his ha-ha guide through this world. Cut to a photo shoot happening nearby. They just wrapped up.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, glad we're done here. It's such a crummy place.
What are you talking about? These old buildings have great character.
Keep your character. I'll take the beach. See you at the party?
Yeah, later. Hey, nice stuff today, Dana.
Thank you. It takes teamwork.
That's Perry, her favorite photographer and good friend.
Good hair and great bone structure.
Your idea of perfect teamwork is you in a mirror.
Bye.
Donna herself is at the top of her game, possibly the #1 female fashion model in the country. Unfortunately, being on top makes you a target in many ways.
Don't you got any brakes on this thing? Oh, look at this damage.
You're right. You really wasted my grill.
Oh, I did I?
Sure, you backed right into me. I think my friend here, he may be hurt.
Yeah. Ouch. I think it might be whiplash.
Among other ways, you can become a target for small-time scammers who smell deep pockets.
Funny joke. I hope you have insurance.
Hey, we don't need an insurance company to work this out. Just give me your purse.
When I said small time, I didn't realize how small. They went to all this trouble and the payoff is he's a purse snatcher.
Leave the female alone.
Yeah, right. Leave the female alone. One swing and you're out, man. You can't get all of us.
But we'll get all of you.
I understand.
They'll get away so they won't be arrested, but at least maybe they're clean. Donna is appropriately grateful and offers him a lift wherever he wants to go.
So are you a weightlifter or something?
No, I am Jesse. What is your job?
I'm Donna. I'm a model.
But a model is a small replica of a true object. There is a bigger you?
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I am a fashion model.
What is fashion?
Fashion is whatever's in.
In what?
You're really weird, you know that?
He's pointing out how esoteric your dialect is and trying to explain that folks who aren't from around here have no idea what you said. I don't think she gets that. Nevertheless, she's headed for a party and invites Jesse to come along.
And you're certain he'll give it back?
Jesse hasn't spent too much time in the upper crust, needless to say. He's fascinated by all the trappings of excess.
Darling, great layout in Cosmo. Nice airbrush job, too. I could hardly see those little things under your eyes.
Well, thank you, Marlene. And, by the way, you can probably do bathing suits this year. The one piece is back.
Not to mention all that stuff.
Are you a model? I am a warrior. The warrior look went out with the village people.
Hang on. Which one is the warrior? Has this guy ever seen the village people? On the other hand, it could work.
That's unbelievable, Zach. I am so happy for you.
Ah, come on, Donna. Let's cut through the lip gloss. Everyone in this room thought I was over. Next thing you know, I'm the new Remy Charles, man.
Well, the idea did cross my mind. How did you pull it off?
Oh, talent, sweetheart. Sheer talent.
When they say it that forcefully, you know talent had nothing to do with it. But don't worry, we'll learn the rest soon enough.
I am really happy for you.
I know. I know. When I was in the back row, you were the only one who didn't write me off. I won't forget that.
Remy Charles is the name in fashion right now. Being the Remy Charles man or woman is the brass ring, the top of the mountain. And we can all figure out that he's going to want Donna to be the Remy Charles woman alongside him. She'd be a good choice. She already explained to Perry what it takes to get to that point. A love affair with a mirror. Wait, Perry said that.
Who's the brontosaurus eating flowers over there?
That's Jesse. I mean, be careful what you say about him. He saved my life today.
Oh, yeah? What did he do? Find your lipstick?
No, he got me out of a pretty bad situation.
Interesting for a bum. You know, I wonder how he'd look all buffed out and dressed up.
Perry has done this before, and Donna doesn't like it. Perry doesn't care. He gets his jollies trying to humiliate people like Jesse.
Jesse, I want you to meet a friend of mine. This is Perry. He's a photographer.
Do you mind if I shoot you?
I must warn you, I shall defend myself.
The humans never seem to grasp that he doesn't understand American slang. Talk plainly to him. Tell him you want to take his photograph and he's probably okay with it. Tell him you want to shoot him and you may find yourself flying through a wall.
Great party, Fred. Nice of you to have it at your house, but you didn't have to go to all this trouble just for me.
You're a pig.
You're a murderer.
Fred is Remy Charles' top designer. His fashions are keeping the Remy Charles name on top of the business.
But I'm not complaining.
You know, this is the first time I've ever gone inside for fresh air.
Oh, come on, Fred. Is that any way to talk to the man who's going to make you designer of the year?
It's the other way around, Zach. Clothes make the man, remember?
Ah, but whose clothes? I thought you'd be happy to know I've also chosen the Remy Charles woman. It's Donna.
That's Remy's choice to make.
Well, I'm sure you can influence him the way you did for me.
He's also in Zach's pocket. Mr. Down and Out found out something about Fred and has been blackmailing his way back into the spotlight ever since.
All right, give it to me. All 16 cylinders, turn it up, turbocharge, and let it go.
Let's listen to that from Jesse's perspective. As he goes along, he realizes they're all having a nice big joke at his expense. Even Donna is getting into it.
I have seen life in its most frightening forms, but nothing to equal the ugliness in that room. Twisted faces everywhere.
These humans can be very cruel.
You ain't seen nothing, my friend. All they did to you was humiliate you. Find a computer, go to Yahoo, and look up genocide.
I hope only this colony of humans is so evil. The colony they call the beautiful people.
Keep hoping, Jesse. Being horrible to each other is in our DNA. The funniest part is, they're the only ones who call themselves the beautiful people. The rest of the world calls them the superficials. Truthfully, if you want me to think you're beautiful, be a beautiful person. I don't care if you're 2 feet tall, 7,000 pounds, and your nose is one big wart. If you're a decent, compassionate person, I'll find you beautiful. Looks fade. We all get old and lose our physical haughtiness. Real beauty lasts a lifetime and beyond. My mom was never what one would consider a raving beauty, but she had the nicest, gentlest, most caring and godly spirit I ever knew, and she was truly beautiful. Once on Love American Style, Roy Clark played a country boy who found himself hooked up with an upper-crust gal from the jet set. She really liked him, but she knew he didn't fit in with her world. He didn't understand that, so she arranged a party like this so he'd realize how out of place he was. When her snob guests started firing insults at him, and he responded way more graciously than they deserved, suddenly she opened her eyes to who was really worth being around. She kicked all the egomaniacs out and described them as parasites to their faces. Looking at this world that Jesse stumbled into, I don't think she was wrong.
Okay, Donna, you made a believer out of me. The new Remy Charles woman.
That's the great man himself, Remy Charles. Now that the choice has been made, he's telling Perry how he wants the campaign to go. Perry says, here's some preliminary stuff I shot with Zach.
See? We're pulling into the same station here. Sense of humor, slight eccentricity.
Okay. Who's this?
Nobody. That was just for fun at a party.
Let me see that again.
Mr. Charles likes what he sees here. How much does he like it?
This is Jesse. And I think you can all see why I've chosen him to be the new Remy Charles man for Killer Clothes.
All his departments agree that Jesse is the perfect choice for this line. Donna isn't sure what to think. And Fred?
All right. You let it happen. You're gonna make it right.
Exactly what I have in mind. Look, I can give you $250,000 now, and another $250 when the line debuts.
And that's gonna make it right. Wrong. Money's only part of it. I want a career again.
I'd be curious to find out how he got toppled in the first place, but that's one of those things we don't need to know.
Look, Zach, I mean, there's just no way that I can get Remy to change his mind about you.
But I can change his mind about you. Now, which do you think he'll hate more? The fact that you stole the designs from Corey, or that you killed him?
And that restores your career how? He's your only point of contact with Remy, so if you take him down, you're left with...
You really don't get it, do you? You don't realize you're about to become one of the top models in the business.
What do you mean, top model?
It means people bring you drinks and put up umbrellas and make you rich and famous.
He says, so it's good to be on top?
Oh, absolutely. But you have to fight to stay there. You can't trust anyone, and you can't love anyone but yourself.
That sounds like a terrible existence. Jesse agrees, judging by his expression. Meanwhile, Zach is on a mission to get back on top.
Perry. Perry, come on, you're a pro. You know what I'm talking about. This guy, he doesn't know what to do with his body. Camera loves him.
They've been doing shoots all day, and yeah, Jesse doesn't know what to do with his body. But he's a quick learner and he can take directions, as long as they're in plain English.
Hey, Jesse, it's quite a change, huh? Just remember, what goes up must come down.
Not everywhere. On your Earth, it is a function of the law of gravity.
Zach, I know how you feel.
Hey, you don't know how I feel. You're still in the front row.
Just remember, it was your insistence that put her there. She has nothing to do with Jesse replacing you. If you want to gripe at the person responsible, go get in Mr. Charles's face. That should be fun to watch.
Yeah, we'll start trying harder. I'll use the prince against you if I have to.
So he has pictures. Jesse didn't understand that bit of conversation, so he'll ignore it. And if you ever had a cell phone like that, I did too. And we were so uptown you couldn't touch us, am I right? Jesse is at a party that's exclusively for the ha-ha beautiful people. Remy is introducing him to their head buyer. He says she hasn't stopped talking about you since she saw the pictures. Jesse figures then she must be exhausted by now.
Gladys, I'd like you to meet Jesse.
In the flesh. And there is so much of it.
Why don't I let you two get acquainted?
Great idea. I loved your pictures.
Yes, you have not stopped talking about me since you saw them.
So much self-confidence. You must tell me all about yourself.
No, I must not.
This was only Julia Sweeney's third foray into television. She was fresh out of school and looking to make a career. She took a big step the following year, 1990, when she joined the cast of Saturday Night Live and created Pat, the androgynous character who took the country by storm. In fact, Pat was too good, and she practically didn't get to do anything else. She got discouraged and quit SNL in 1994. Soon she found herself divorced and fighting cervical cancer. She survived and turned the experience into a successful one-woman show called God Said Ha. These days, she continues to do her stand-up and has become a well-known character actor in movies and TV. It's always fun to see people like her in the days when they're only just getting their feet wet. Right now, she'd love to get something else wet with Jesse, and he has no idea what she's trying to suggest.
This human concept of party is stupid. They drink beverages which cause them to move awkwardly to high decibel sounds, all under a silly lighting effect. Silly, but not unpleasant.
Control doesn't have an orifice for drinking, so he's not drunk. He is, however, so thoroughly mesmerized by the pretty lights that he might as well be.
You're visible.
Temporarily lost ability. Monitor certain functions. Pretty light.
What do you do with a drunken robot? What do you do with a drunken robot? What do you do with a drunken robot early in the morning? Take him outside and make him go home. Take him outside and make him go home. Take him outside and make him go home early in the evening.
You were nearly seen in the room of dancing.
I was in total possession of my faculties at all times.
That is not true. You are still not in your normal mode.
Oh, no? I'll show you normal mode.
You're saying normal mode is a bad Three Stooges impression. We forgot something. That's better.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What the? You're wrong! Put on your brake! Come on! Come on, do something! Brake!
He doesn't seem to have recognized either of those guys, but I'm fairly sure one of them was Fred.
Come in. Hey, Mr. Remy Charles, man. What happened to you last night?
Someone tried to kill me.
What?
A car tried to push me into the ocean.
Who would want to do something like that?
I am the Remy Charles man. I shouldn't have enemies here.
That's what my brother thought. He was murdered.
Her brother was a designer, a very good designer. He was killed for his designs. We know that. We also know Zach is blackmailing Fred because he killed someone named Corey and passed Corey's designs off as his own. We don't even have to ask what Donna's brother's name was. Rebecca Staub, I think I said that right, has an advantage over the rest of this episode's cast and may even have consulted a bit because after college she spent several years as a successful fashion model before she moved into acting. She's been in lots of well-known shows right up to the present day, but I know her best as Sue Storm, the original Invisible Girl in the first Fantastic Four movie. It's nice to know she's gone on to good success in spite of that one.
If anything happens to you, the only person that gains is Zach. But, I mean, I know he's upset, but he...
Perhaps it is the prince.
Prince who?
The son of Queen Mary?
The Queen Mary doesn't have any children. She's not even married.
Now, Jesse, wait a minute. You're not making any sense.
I heard Zach say on the phone, I will use the prince against you if I have to.
Prince? I don't know anybody named Prince.
Don't worry, it'll just take a little time. And maybe a visual cue or two.
Are you sure?
I heard it.
Prince. Maybe it's a model. Prince! Photographic Prince. I'll use the Prince against you.
That's right, Prince, not Prince. Zach has compromising photos of someone and he's using them to make said someone do his dirty work. They know Zach is away from his apartment at a shoot right now, so he'll break in and find the pictures. He doesn't have a credit card to slip the bolt on the door, but he has the next best thing. I wonder what Control's credit limit is. The negatives are in a small safe. He said he needed to get in and out without leaving a trace of his presence. That right there is not a trace. It's a beacon because no way is that door going back on right. Zach comes in just as he's leaving, spots the beacon, and reacts accordingly. But Jesse has the film.
Are you sure it was Jesse?
Fred, just don't mess it up this time.
I don't know what Fred is thinking. Zach doesn't have the pictures. He has no leverage now. Jesse has them, so he's the one Fred should be talking to from here on out. Jesse has gotten the pictures printed, but he doesn't know what he's looking at. Hopefully Donna will.
Wait a minute. These sketches are all signed by Corey.
But I thought Fred designed these clothes.
No. My brother did. Fred must have stolen them. Oh, Jesse, this is all starting to make sense now. I think Fred killed my brother for these designs, and Zach is blackmailing him.
I figured he had pics of the murder, but what he has is enough to send Fred to prison, or worse.
Did Fred and Zach not have enough money to live? Is this why they kill and blackmail?
No, it's not for money, Jesse. It's for fame. Everybody wants their 15 minutes.
The photo people wanted 1 hour.
No, this great artist once said that everybody will be famous for 15 minutes.
Andy Warhol. He created a meme before there was such a thing.
Is it worth killing for this 15 minutes?
Of course not.
But it is worth having no friends and loving only yourself.
Ooh, that was a definite ouch. I have a feeling she worked very hard to get that expression just right. She succeeded. You can feel the knife going through her heart. The next event is taking place on the Queen Mary.
What's the word on Jesse?
I got people here to take care of that.
Aren't you cutting it a little close?
Hey, they know what they're doing.
Where's Donna?
She was coming here with Jesse.
You think she knows?
I don't know, but I can't take that chance.
The only question is what form that event is going to take.
Queen Mary is a very large theater. Where does she go?
Nowhere. People just come to look at her because she's beautiful.
But she no longer has a purpose? Isn't beauty with no purpose a waste?
He has a knack for taking her life apart and showing it to her. At least the ship used to serve. She was launched in 1936 and served in various capacities until 1967, when she was retired and permanently moored in Long Beach.
Come, we must find Remy Charles.
For them, the event is going to take the form of goons coming at them from all sides with unfriendly intent. There are at least 4 of them, but as Jesse noted, this is a big ship and there are lots of places to hide and make a plan.
I will attract our enemy's attention. You run to that stairway and escape.
In a rare moment for television, she'll do exactly what he tells her to. As John Crichton once said, do it the die-hard way, one at a time. He told Donna to escape down the staircase. Now she's wondering, escape to where? I've only ever gone to Long Beach because that's where the ferry to Catalina loads up. I've never been to the Queen Mary. So if you have, do they really let people down there into the dirty bowels of the ship? He'll be glad to. All he has to do is figure out a quick way to get down there. Even he can't survive a jump like that. But he can survive that. I'm tempted to sing Swing Low, Big Alien, coming for to throw me away. Really, dude? You're gonna take him down? Well, as the kids say today, fiddle around and find out. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And that makes a full bag. Let's go catch the big fish.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present for Killer Clothes, the Remy Charles woman and the Remy Charles man.
Do you get the feeling nobody told him about the personnel change? Zach is playing a dangerous game here, and he's dragging a random nameless woman with him. busted. Fred looks like a Roomba that's getting too much juice.
What's this all about?
It's about murder. Fred killed my brother.
Your 15 minutes are up.
And your 99 years are just beginning. By the way, the fishnet look, it's you.
Jesse! Hi.
I came to say goodbye.
You're quitting modeling?
I don't like humans staring at me.
There was a time that was all I lived for.
And that time has passed?
Yes. Thanks to you.
Oh, careful. You might smudge my makeup.
Jesse reminds me of Sister Bertrill. He leaves people better than he found them. Donna lost sight of something important. Life is about balance. I'm a boomer. It's a fact I can't escape. We were raised on the so-called work ethic. You spend your life doing some task that contributes to the overall hive. The pattern was, you're born, you go to school, you get a job, you work until you're this age, and then you can go enjoy life, travel, have hobbies, all that stuff, for maybe 5 years before you drop dead. I remember a TV commercial where a guy around my age was complaining that his retirement plan wasn't enough to live on. He said, "All those years making money, I never had time to travel. And now that I have the time, there isn't enough money." Very early on, my wife and I said, screw that. We got married in central Montana, and shortly afterward, we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, so I could finish my degree. This school had what they called a fall break somewhere between the holidays. To us, it was a joke because it was a 3-day weekend. But I got an idea. We had enough cash and we were close enough that we could hop over to D.C. and explore the nation's capital over the long weekend. We slept in our car, ate cheap fast food, got busted by a cop for sleeping in our car, took lots of pictures and bought a couple of souvenirs. We had a blast. We got back to Fort Wayne flat, broken, exhausted, and so happy we were giddy. Seize the day, folks. There's always a way to do something terrific and memorable while you earn your living, make your contribution, blah, blah, blah. One of the funnest things about being retired, the kids being grown and all that, is the memories. If you follow the boomer work ethic, you get to the end of your work life and you don't have any. And suddenly there's precious little time to make some and even less time to look back and remember them. Balance, Donna. Life is about balance. I'm glad she's discovering that again. It's good that Jesse is learning things about life and balance and priorities too, even though there's a 50-50 chance he has no idea what I just said. Trying to explain folks who aren't around Jack has compromising fozos, but you are being a good stage partner. You are.